What is going on, guys? It's Jason here, and today I'd like to talk about, for me, one of the most important things about like Call of Duty, Black Ops, any game, any Call of Duty game with zombies in it, and that is going to be what are the best maps in the game. Now, there are many qualities that make up a great map. I mean, you have like the quality of the map. Maybe like you don't want too much so that your game is constantly lagging, and you don't want a black and white map. Ascension. Yeah, okay, yeah. I think we all know what was going on. I don't know what was going on with the map. I mean, it was okay. It was pretty easy, which brings on the next thing people are looking for in a map, and that's the intensity. You got maps like, I mean, I think this map is okay. It's Shadows of Evil, but I mean, for me, when I started playing it, I mean, it took me a little bit to get used to it, and I know all of you are probably like, oh, that's an easy map. Well, I'm pretty sure most of you are wrong, but I still haven't been able to pass round 8, but I mean, like, they go so fast. I mean, otherwise, it's a great map. I mean, it's fun, but it's not easy. It gets hard after a while. But another thing that people are looking for is a good storyline. I mean, you have Origins. That's great storyline. I mean, it tells you everything that happens. People get a better understanding of the game, you know. And one of the problems with this is if you play the map Transit, I just don't see how that fits in with the storyline. And I mean, it connects to Buried and Die Rise, but I mean, to me it confuses me. I mean, I get it. The 4 players you have are pawns, but basically, yeah, I don't really understand how that fits in. But what people are looking for also in a map is like a good Easter egg. I mean, you have Buried, where you can go into like this afterlife state. I'm not gonna get too much into that, and you can like check your body. It's dead on the ground. It's pretty cool. You can go up and activate the tower, and I mean, there's just so many things you can do to stay active. You can search the caves, and there's like these signs, and you can go up and punch the signs, and like this red mist will appear, and it just keeps you closer and closer to the Easter egg of like the whole entire game, and it's fun. I mean, it's not too challenging, but it's not too easy, and that's great in my mind. And I think the last thing people are looking for in a map are like good characters. Like the original World at War characters, you have Takeo, Nikolai, Dempsey, and Richtofen. And those are good characters. I love all their catchphrases. But once you get into like Black Ops 2, they only appear in one map. But I mean, you have the Mob of the Dead characters. I like those guys. Weasel is just like one of the main people in the storyline of like the entire game. And then you have like the other 4, and they don't really fit in, you know. They're just pawns. But I don't really want to get into that, but I think all the World at War characters were great. I'm glad they brought them back in Black Ops 3. And that's what I think people are looking for in a map. Now, anyway, here are the maps that I think are just the best overall. You have Origins, and it matches all of those descriptions. The quality is great. The intensity is great. It has like one of the most perfect storylines in the game. The Easter egg is challenging and fun. And the characters, the old World at War characters, are just great. I wouldn't change anything about that map. You have the Giant, or Der Riese 1 and 2. You have Der Riese World at War, Der Riese Black Ops 1, and then you have the Giant Black Ops 3. They're basically all the same maps. And it helps so much. Like in World at War, the Easter egg was great. I mean, it was easy, but it was great. And then you could do it in Black Ops 1. And then they brought in a newer Easter egg during Black Ops 3 version, but otherwise it was still great. The quality was awesome. The storyline really fit in, I thought. I thought it was great. But one more map I'd like to talk about is Der Eisendrache. Now, I haven't really played that map that much, but I watch other YouTubers, and I mean, I like the map. I'd like to purchase it. I would purchase it if I could, but obviously I can't right now. Yeah, that sucks. But anyway, basically, like, I mean, when I was looking at the map, it was the same characters. Basically, every Black Ops 3 map has the same characters, so... But anyway, like, the intensity of the map, it was decent, you know? It wasn't too easy, but I mean, it really wasn't that hard. All you had to do was get a bow and basically round 40. Easy. But the storyline and the Easter egg, when you went into the pyramid room, I mean, that looked fun. Zero gravity, or not really zero gravity, but you could, like, basically float around all the place, and you could, like, run on walls. You can do that in any map, but it's still... The storyline, haven't really gotten to that yet, but from what I've looked at so far, it makes sense. And I think all of these maps right here deserve to be on these lists, and that's basically all the World at War maps. I mean, you have Nocturne Toten, Shino Numa, Darius, once again, I just went over that map. Or the Giant, whatever. And then you have Varuk. I mean, all great maps. I think it was Varuk and maybe Shino Numa. I'm not sure which one came first. I don't really care right now. But they brought in the perks. They started the perks. Not necessarily the Pack-a-Punch. I think that was more Darius that brought in Pack-a-Punch. But I mean, like, without those two maps, I mean, what could have happened? You had Nocturne Toten, the beginning of the mystery box. Basically, all great starts to the Black Ops world of zombies. And I thought that was great. I mean, Nocturne Toten, it's an old map. The quality is not supposed to be 100% perfect. And it's perfect just the way it is. And, I mean, it's got that old vibe. Kind of like Darius. And, I mean, that was cool. I thought it was awesome. So, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. This was my first video of me actually going into depth about certain maps. Maybe I'd like to talk about different games next time, but I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.